How do the rich use debt in ways that create wealth rather than destroy it? The truth is that debt itself is a tool, and understanding how to use it strategically can turn what many fear into a source of growth. In this video, you will discover the methods wealthy individuals use to leverage debt to expand their assets, multiply income, and build financial freedom. Stay till the end because this knowledge could completely change how you think about borrowing. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you continue receiving content that helps you grow mentally, financially, and personally. 1. Understanding debt as a tool. The rich view debt as a tool, not a burden. Unlike most people who see borrowing as a risk or a trap, wealthy individuals recognize that money borrowed strategically can generate more wealth than the cost of the loan. They differentiate between good debt, which creates income or assets, and bad debt, which drains resources without return. This mindset allows them to leverage opportunities that others ignore, such as buying appreciating assets, funding business ventures, or making investments that compound over time. The average person avoids debt, fearing risk, but the wealthy embrace calculated borrowing with a clear plan. 2. Using debt to acquire appreciating assets. One of the primary ways the rich use debt is to acquire appreciating assets. Property, real estate, or business investments are purchased using borrowed money that is expected to grow in value faster than the interest owed. This creates a situation where debt works in their favor, producing profit over time rather than costing them. The strategy requires careful planning, market knowledge, and risk management, but it allows the wealthy to access opportunities that would be impossible with cash alone. 3. Leveraging debt for business growth. Wealthy individuals frequently use debt to fund businesses, understanding that borrowed capital can accelerate expansion and profitability. Business loans allow them to invest in equipment, employees, marketing, or production that generates more revenue than the cost of the debt. This approach requires discipline, strategic planning, and financial literacy, but it multiplies income far beyond what savings alone could achieve. Ordinary individuals often avoid borrowing for fear of obligation, which limits growth potential. The rich embrace calculated risks, using debt to scale operations, seize market share, and create sustainable cash flow. 4. Debt as a tax efficiency strategy. The wealthy also use debt strategically for tax benefits. Interest on certain types of loans, such as mortgages or business loans, may be deductible, reducing taxable income while simultaneously generating assets or revenue. By understanding the tax implications of borrowing, the rich minimize costs associated with debt and maximize its efficiency. Ordinary individuals often fail to consider the intersection of debt and taxes, paying more than necessary and missing opportunities to leverage borrowed capital. Using debt wisely can therefore reduce expenses while increasing net returns, allowing resources to be allocated toward further investment. 5. Differentiating between good and bad debt. A critical factor in how the rich use debt is their ability to differentiate between good and bad debt. Good debt generates income, creates appreciating assets, or produces returns higher than interest rates. Bad debt finances consumption or depreciating items, which drains resources and limits growth. Wealthy individuals focus on good debt, carefully evaluating each borrowing decision, understanding risk, and ensuring returns exceed obligations. Most people fail to make this distinction, using debt for immediate gratification or non-productive purposes, which traps them in cycles of repayment without wealth creation. 6. Using leverage to multiply returns. Debt enables leverage, allowing the rich to amplify returns on their investments. Borrowed capital increases purchasing power, letting individuals control larger assets or business operations than cash alone would permit. This magnifies gains when investments perform well, creating exponential wealth growth. Using leverage requires careful planning, understanding of risk, and disciplined management, as losses are also magnified. Ordinary people often avoid debt to limit risk, but the wealthy understand that calculated leverage accelerates wealth creation and compounds returns faster than relying on savings alone. 7. Managing risk through strategic borrowing. The wealthy mitigate risk when using debt by analyzing potential outcomes, maintaining liquidity, and ensuring repayment capacity. They don't borrow recklessly, but plan for scenarios in which returns may fluctuate. Risk management ensures that debt serves as an accelerator rather than a burden. Ordinary individuals often lack the knowledge or discipline to borrow safely, leading to financial stress or insolvency. Strategic borrowing includes understanding interest rates, asset liquidity, market conditions, and contingency planning. By managing risk effectively, the rich can use debt to expand opportunities while protecting existing wealth. 8. Timing debt for maximum advantage. Timing plays a crucial role in how the rich use debt. They borrow when interest rates are favorable, opportunities are abundant, or markets are poised for growth. This timing maximizes returns and minimizes costs, turning debt into a highly efficient tool for wealth accumulation. Ordinary individuals often borrow reactively, without strategic intent, paying higher interest or using funds inefficiently. Strategic timing allows the wealthy to enter investments or business ventures under optimal conditions, compounding the advantages of leverage, market positioning, and asset growth. Understanding when to borrow and when to wait transforms debt from a risk to a deliberate instrument for multiplying wealth. 9. Reinvesting borrowed capital. The rich don't treat debt as a one-time resource. They continuously reinvest borrowed capital into income-generating opportunities. Each successful investment returns funds that can be used to borrow further, creating a cycle of compounding growth. This approach multiplies wealth faster than personal savings alone, as capital is constantly working to generate more assets, revenue, or returns. Ordinary people often view debt as consumption or one-time financing, missing the compounding effect that strategic reinvestment produces. 10. Debt as a tool for financial freedom. Finally, the strategic use of debt contributes to financial freedom rather than dependence. By leveraging borrowed resources to generate assets, increase income, and build scalable systems, the rich create wealth that grows independently of labor. Debt, when used intelligently, accelerates asset accumulation, multiplies returns, and provides options that savings alone cannot achieve. Ordinary individuals avoid borrowing, missing opportunities to unlock exponential growth, while the wealthy embrace calculated debt to achieve freedom and independence. Understanding and applying these principles transforms debt from fear to power, illustrating that money borrowed wisely can create long-term wealth, opportunity, and financial security. Debt is therefore not a burden, but a powerful tool in the hands of those who understand strategy, risk, and compounding. The rich use debt to get richer by leveraging it strategically, differentiating between good and bad debt, and multiplying returns through calculated risk, timing, and reinvestment. Debt becomes a tool for wealth creation, not a burden, allowing financial growth, freedom, and opportunities that savings alone cannot achieve. If this video helped you understand the power of debt in wealth building, don't forget to like and subscribe so you continue receiving content that helps you grow mentally, financially, and personally.